In the previous videos above, we removed the spot welds, separated the rusted rocker, and fixed up the inner panel. Today, we're going to glue the new one into place with SEM impact resistant structural adhesive. One thing you don't want to forget is to transfer the door striker mounting plate. We'll drill out the welds, remove it, then glue and bolt it to the new panel. You can use the applicator that comes with the glue, or you can squirt out a little bit and just mix it up. We don't want to get it in the threads. Before gluing it into place, it's always good to check your gaps, the fit, and anything else that might be important. So we'll clamp this into place. And we can check the gap. And that looks good. And I did make a mark on the panel in the back to line up with this striker. So that lines up the marks right here and it lines up real well. It should be very close. If it's off a little bit, we can hit it with a hammer one way or the other. And here's a few close-up shots of the overlap and seams that will be glued and riveted. And you can see there's about 1 inch or a little more than 1 inch that we will be gluing to. And all along here we have it ground down to clean bare metal. All around the perimeter we're going to grind it to clean bare metal here and on the replacement panel. And we're preparing all the mating surfaces with a 36 or 40 grit fiber resin disc. And this tip mixes the two elements in this glue package, and when you apply it, it's already mixed. And here's a few close-up shots of what the glue looks like before I set the panel into place. Some areas you might have to use screws to really pull the two pieces together. And you'll want to see some glue squirting out of the seams. I do have a little gap right here that I need to close up, and I can't get to it with a hammer, so we're going to use this punch on an air hammer to sort of close that gap up a little bit before I put a screw in there. You do have plenty of time to work with this glue, so you can take your time and not worry that the glue is going to harden up on you. So it does take overnight for this to harden up. After allowing the glue to dry overnight, we can clean it up with a 40 grit resin disc on a small or large grinder on slow speed. Tap the seams down just a bit with a hammer like this. Fill, prime, and paint. To make the sanding a bit easier, you can use a small cheese grater blade and sort of shape it up before you start sanding. And it just helps it go quicker when you're using one of these. And with a fresh sheet of 40 grit, folded once and twice, you can sand that filler and get it real close, and hit it with some 80 grit and prime it. After finishing off the filler with 80 grit, we'll feather edge the area with 120 grit on a DA. After DA sanding, you can get anything you missed with the red scuff pad. After a couple coats of primer, this is the finished panel. The rivets and holes will be covered by trim so they won't be seen. For those that don't have a welder or don't like to weld, glue is a great alternative. I hope you enjoyed this video on installing a rocker with impact resistant structural adhesive, and if you did and you'd like to get my latest videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.